Yo, it's your boy, sorry I am 5G, that's 5G. Like to thank you all for tuning in and good morning, or grand rising rather. Yes, I am a borderline conspiracy theorist and I do believe in max. But anywho, going to be touching base on the young thug YSL RICO case. Back in 2022, May 9, to be exact, our beloved young thug was arrested in an explosive revelation that he had been being investigated for running a continued criminal organization. Now, for a long time, uh, I figured a lot of these hip hop artists and rappers were selling us an image. And I would have been right to say so about most artists. But it turns out my man Jeffrey Williams, not so much selling an image, but really giving us the real him. Turns out that Mr. Williams was the equivalent to the devil of Hamadi, or uh, the U.S. Navy SEAL sniper that was feared amongst everyone in Iraq. Like, and this is all alleged, so please, no one take what I'm saying and forward it to Fannie Willis or Fannie Williams, whatever the fuck her name is. But this man was terrorizing all of Atlanta. He was shooting that motherfucker's moms. Like, he was really doing the most. And I, myself, like a lot of you, asked myself this question. With all the fame and all of that money, how much more did he need to stop living a life of crime? Now, some would say he was keeping it real. Well, excuse me, sir, but I hate to remind you, we're in 2024. You no longer have to be real if you have money. You can buy a realness card. And why he didn't do such a thing, we may never know. But I will tell you this. Because of those actions, we may never hear another new Young Thug song again. Do I feel sorry for him? Absolutely not. I mean, let's be honest. I can take a 6-year-old and sit him down and ask him, hey, little shit, would you rather have fame and fortune, or would you rather pick up guns, shoot people, and go to jail? You know what that 6-year-old's going to tell me? Where the fuck my money at? Which leads me to believe that Mr. Williams has deep-seated trauma wrapped up in that DNA of his, where he could not leave the streets alone. And in my opinion, there's only one reason why he couldn't do that. Well, there's a few, but my most pressing reason would be because he just couldn't get out of his own way. You ever had a friend who had an opportunity to get out of the hood. But he was so obsessed with how people in the hood looked at him that he somehow sabotaged his chances to get out of the hood, or blatantly just said, fuck that. I'm not leaving the hood. Yeah, I believe this is with what Mr. Williams was racked with. His brain going over the real nigga, rich nigga, pros and cons. And he must suffer from some serious mental health issues, because me going over the poor nigga, rich nigga, pros and cons, I'll take the cons of being a rich nigga over the pros of being a real nigga any day. I have children to feed. Thug does too. And now, because he couldn't get out of his own way, he may never see those kids again. Well, at least not until he's in his 50s or 60s. And those kids, well, they're going to be adults. Long forgot about Thug. Maybe won't forget about the money, but all of that's going to dry up. See, the problem with this being a real nigga in the music industry is this: checks are good if you have good business sense. And you can feed your family for a very long time. But the problem is once you do something to end up in a situation where you can no longer hand out new music, sell collaborations, and who knows, maybe someone else has ownership of your music catalog. I can assure you, there are no long line to hand money over from that music catalog to your struggling family. And I know it's easy to feel like, shit, this money is never going to dry up. When them virus checks came through, I remember, boy, when that unemployment came through, I remember saying, I'm never going to be broke again. You can see my backdrop, right? But that's okay. You live, you learn. But unfortunately for Thugger in this situation, you live, you learn, but you may have to live behind bars. Now, my spirituality teaches me that to each his own. Do I feel like he has a conscious contact with a God of my understanding? I don't. I think he has more of a conscious contact with the low man. But does that mean that I should not pray for him and pray for the best circumstances? Uh the outcome, pray for the best outcome in his circumstances? Of course I should. I don't want to see any of my brothers locked behind bars. But this is the game we play, and this is the piper we have to face. Now, I wonder what live streaming app they used to stream the guy that was testifying in the 2013 shooting incident that was live yesterday, March 4th of 2024. But in my opinion, Mr. Thugger, he's cooked. He's cooked. But being as someone that has been in jail Thank the good heavens I have never been to prison, but I have been to jail. And you go expecting the worst, but you pray for the best. So I'm praying for the best of his circumstances, but expecting the very worst. So, Duggar, the likelihood that you'll hear this is super high because I just believe in myself that much. But remember, bro, you did this to yourself, man. You did this to yourself, brother. So, yeah. Next on the agenda, your man Yo Gotti. Do you know what his net worth is right now? $100 million. 100 million. Okay. That man's business acumen is going bonkers right now. His business savvy is going bananas right now. And this is outside of the whole CMG PRE saga that's unraveling out in Memphis right now. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But as far as being worth 100 million M's, got to give him his flowers. And if he's worth 100 million, just imagine what Jay-Z made off the top of that. Staggering numbers. These balls are getting to the bag. These balls are getting to the bag. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about these situations. You can say anything you want about Yo Gotti and his street level antics, but as far as being an executive, it's looking like that boy's an executive gangster. Fuck being in the streets. All right, I get it. You know, they was wilding over a bitch. But guess what? I can say this. And I say a bitch because not as in a woman, but as in a lady who was going back and forth and, to my knowledge, going back and forth between two men and had them, going at each other. Well, she didn't have them doing anything. These two knuckleheads were going at each other behind this woman anyway. But I just wanted to explain the bitch line, okay? But anywho, I can tell you one thing. None of these rapper niggas can fuck his business bitch because she's worth $100 million. So if you ain't even got at least $100 million, you can't talk to Yo Gotti's new bitch. Oh yeah. And Jay's marketing mind is damn near genius level. Let's just give the man his flowers. He's always been able to align himself with the right power structure. He's always been able to align himself with those that have unlimited cash resources. He's just an all-around smart businessman. Got to give him his flowers for that. So, hats off to Yo Gotti. And him being appraised at over $100 million. Because let's not get it confused. He is property, if not of Jay-Z's, of the United States government. But let's give him his his round of applause. He's done a legendary thing. Generational wealth will be known by his children. And you can bet on that. Alrighty, next up. Kanye versus Adidas. So, Adidas has been unloading Yeezy stock ever since amid Kanye calling for a complete boycott of the Yeezy brand through Adidas. They have actually just released the Yeezy slides in dark onyx and the runners in all family sizes. And surprisingly enough, they did not sell out. So does this mean that Yeezy won? And when I say Yeezy, I don't mean Adidas Yeezy. I mean, did Ye win? Only time will tell. At first, when, he went on Drink Champs, shout out to Nori, DJFN. When he first went on Drink Champs and said what he said to get himself dropped by all of these branding deals, I immediately said, what a complete fucking idiot. That's what I thought. But I cannot front. Ye is a genius, man. Ye is a genius. So him being able to just drop his fashion ideas were very closely tied to these brands that decided to get behind him, to back him, right? And then once they saw the profitability in his ideas, right? They rained down strict enforcements on what he could and could not do with his intellectual properties. And Ye, which now that I think about it, there's always been a rhyme or a reason behind some of his biggest antics. And I forgot that when he dropped the DEFCON, the DEFCON tweet, or when he said those things on Drink Champs. And it never occurred to me that maybe that was all planned to go exactly the way he wanted it to. Him losing the 50 M's in a day? No, I don't think that was planned. But I'm sure he accounted for it. And what better way to get off of a contract, or get out of a contract rather, with some outrageous clauses in it, than to get yourself dropped? Because now Ye can go and make fashion. He can actually drop his own line. He's that famous now. Okay, granted, he can't use the Yeezy name, but Ye's a genius. He'll come up with something, and it'll cause the fashion world to go crazy. Guaranteed. If I had $1 million right now, I'd back Ye. I'd say Ye. I'd put my whole million on the fact that they cannot keep you out of the fashion industry too long. There's no way they can do that. You will find a back door. He's a genius. And let's be honest, I don't even like Ye music. I haven't been a Ye music fan since I was in high school. But as far as him and his business savvy, hell of he's a genius. He is a genius, and I feel like that's why they try to paint him as crazy. But guess what? The world we live in is crazy. So if the world we live in is crazy, could the things he is saying really be that crazy? I don't know. You tell me. Listen, find us on TikTok at A Quarter in a Dream Podcast. Find us on Facebook, A Quarter in a Dream Podcast. We're doing a March Madness giveaway, $100 gift card. You go ahead and find us on TikTok. Leave your @name underneath the post, or head over to the Facebook fan page, A Quarter in a Dream, and leave your @name and a picture of you following the podcast. And that's it. You're entered to win. A winner will be chosen March 30th.